estate, which he owned 435 or even more slaves. Now the question is, why do we continually use this phrase African American to try to be politically correct when there is people from Africa that are not American relating to the continent, not the race of the person?
I can only give you my perspective on this, which would be in my lifetime, and I'm not that old, I've been a lot of things, right? Because we keep changing them up. And if you look at today's census, Negro is still a category in the census, and 50,000 people check Negro. Right? And so I think sometimes we get too caught up in a discussion about language and semantics. For me, Black, African American, interchangeable. And I ask people what they want to be called because I prefer to call people by what they like to be called, whatever it is, whether it is their name, their race, whatever. So I think it's interchangeable. I think there are historic roots in the difference between Latino and Hispanic, obviously. But I think it's, to me, they're interchangeable. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah, well, I remember when the nomenclature changed to a certain extent. Obviously, there's been an evolution from the N-word to colored to Negro to Black. The term African American was about connecting us to land, because otherwise we appear to be landless. When you talk about Chinese American, you're connecting people to China. When you talk about Italian American, you're connecting people to Italy. Well, Black folks didn't just drop out the sky. We came from the African continent. And the reason I say I remember this distinctly is that I think it might have been 1987, whatever it was, it cost like $3 a page to fax. And my dear friend Reverend Jackson and a couple others had written this article. And they're like, Bella, we want to send you the article. And I'm like, cool. I'm thinking the article is 2 pages. I'm sitting in the Eastern Airlines lounge. That lets you know how long ago it was. And I get this 19-page fax that cost me $57 to explain why we were African American. And I called, I said, guys, I got it. And I could have saved $50 if you had just given me a 1-pager. But the fact is, it's just a connection to land. In my writing, I use them interchangeably.
Let's get to the rest of the folks who have questions. Go ahead, sir.
How you doing? Well, I would like to accomplish two things. I would like to lead the panel with a question, and I would like to comment on the young man who just left right now. To those who have the issue in the Latin community with the Black versus Latins, or whatever the case may be that may exist, you have to be really careful with that, because you can be standing next to someone who looks, I have a best friend who's born and raised in Venezuela who looks just like me and speaks the same language as you, so be careful when you use those dividing barriers based upon skin, because not everything is right on the same culture. You all can be one culture, but you can have different skin tones. That was for that.
Okay, I know you have a question in there.
Right. I was taking care of it.
Okay.
So the question is to everyone on the panel. In recent years, there has been a spike in police brutality, and it was a time in America where it was safe to say that it was just targeted towards Black males or males of any ethnicity, or And recently, things have extended to women, children. There's no guidelines in between that. I mean, there was this incident last year where a homeless Black woman was being on the side of the expressway. And last year, I stumbled upon a video where an officer somewhere in New York, he was being recorded for violating someone's civil rights. And his response on camera was that if Obama doesn't have to respect the Constitution, why should I? So based upon his personal belief or how he feels what Obama is doing is unconstitutional, he felt that animosity and he carried it out in the streets. So with all those things combined,
Your question is?
My question is that, do you feel that the presidency of Obama have intensified the string of police brutality in the country? Because I feel there is one.
I'm going to challenge your assertion, sir, and I'm going to say I actually don't think that we are seeing more police brutality. I think if you look at the history of America's great article came out, Dr. Malveaux, I've been talking about lynchings from the 1870s to the early 1900s. The violence that's been perpetrated against Black people in this country repeat some of the details of these lynchings. They're horrific. And they were very much intentional. It wasn't a random subset of extremists. And they were in communities that used them as celebrations, and thousands of people in the community came out. It was entertainment. So I'm going to argue that actually what has changed is social media, and what has changed is cameras on your phone.
And you know, what else has changed so that is that it's not culturally acceptable anymore to do what's been done.